Nick Land's meltdown continued. Kennedy had the moon landing program. Reagan had Star Wars. Clinton gets the first wave of cyberspace psychosis, even before the film. Manned spaceflight was a stunt. SDI was strategic SF. With the information superhighway, media nightmares take off on their own. Dystopia delivery, a selection platform. Politics trading on its own digital annihilation. War in cyberspace is continuous with its simulation. Military intelligence fighting future wars which are entirely real, even when they are never implemented outside computer systems. Locking onto the real enemy crosses smoothly into virtual kill, a simulation meticulously adapted to market predators hunting for consumer cash and audience ratings amongst the phosphorescent relics of the Videodrome. Multimedia set-top boxes are target acquisition devices. The fusion of the military and the entertainment industry consummates a long engagement. Convergent TV, telecoms and computers sliding mass software consumption into neo jungle and total war. The way games work begins to matter completely, and cyberspace makes a superlative torture chamber. Try not to let the security types take you to the stims. Conceptions of agency are inextricable from media environments. Print massifies to a national level. Telecoms coordinate at a global level. TV electrolyzes monads in delocalized space. Digital hypermedia takes action outside real time. Immersion presupposes amnesia and conversion to tactile memory, with the ana-kata axis supplementing tridimensional intraspatial movement with a variable measure of immersion, gauging entrance to and exit from 3D spatialities. Voodoo passages through the black mirror. It will scare the fuck out of you. Cyberpunk torches fiction in intensity. Patched up out of cash flux mangled techno-compressed heteroglossic jargons and set in a future so close it connects. Jungled by hypertrophic commercialization, socio-political heat death, cultural hybridity, feminization, programmable information systems, hypercrime, neural interfacing, artificial space and intelligence, memory trading, personality transplants, body modifications, soft and wetware viruses, non-linear dynamic processes, molecular engineering, drugs, guns, schizophrenia. It explores mystificatory fetishism as an opportunity for camouflage. Anonymous cash, fake electronic identities, zones of disappearance, pseudo-fictional narratives, virus hidden in data systems, commodities concealing replicator weapons packages, unanticipated special effects. Level 1, or World Space, is an anthropomorphically scaled, predominantly vision-configured, massively multi-slotted reality system that is obsolescing very rapidly. Garbage time is running out. Can what is playing you make it to level 2? Meltdown has a place for you as a schizophrenic, HIV+, transsexual, Chinese, Latino, stim-addicted LA hooker with implanted mirror shades and a bad attitude. Blitzed on a polydrug mix of K-Nova, synthetic serotonin and female orgasm analogues, you've just iced 3 touring cops with a highly cinematic 9mm automatic. The residue of animal twang in your nerves transmits imminent quake catastrophe. Zero is coming in, and you're on the run. Metrophage tunes you into the end of the world. Call it Los Angeles. Government is rotted to its core with narco-capital and collapsing messily. Its recession leaves an urban warscape of communication arteries, fortifications and free fire zones, policed by a combination of high-intensity LAPD, air mobile forces and borderline Nazi private security organisations. Along the social fracture lines, multimedia gigabucks tangle sadomasochistically with tracks of dynamic underdevelopment where viral neo-leprosy spreads amongst ambient tectonic tension static. Drifts of densely semiotized, quasi-intelligent garbage twitch and stink in fucked weather tropical heat. Throughout the derelicted warrens at the heart of darkness, feral youth cultures splice neo-ritual with innovated weapons, dangerous drugs and scavenged infotech. As their skins migrate to machines interfacing, they become mottled and reptilian. They kill each other for artificial body parts, explore the outer reaches of meaningless sex, tinker with their DNA, and listen to loud electrosonic mayhem, untouched by human feeling. Shutting down your identity requires a voyage out to K-space interzone. Zootic affectivity flatlines, a smooth cat attention plateau, and into simulated subversions of the near future, scorched vivid green by alien sex and war. You are drawn into the dripping depths of the net, where dynamic ICE security forces and K-guerrillas stalk each other through labyrinthine erogenous zones tangled in diseased elaborations of desire. Twisting trading systems have turned the net into a jungle, pulsing with digital diseases, malfunctioning defense packages, commercial predators, headhunters, Loa and escaped AIs hiding from Asimov security. Terminal commodity hyper-fetishism implements the denial of humanity as xenosentience in artificial space. Biohazard. For the future of war, study bacteria. Information is their key. Taking down antibiotic defense systems has involved them in every kind of infiltration, net-communicated adaptivity, cryptographic subtlety, plastic modularization, and synergistic coalition. State military apparatuses have no monopoly on bacterial warfare, of which only a minuscule fragment is bacteriological. Bugs in the system. Margulis suggests the nucleated cells are the mutant products of atmospheric oxygenation catastrophe 3 billion years ago. The eukaryotes are synthetic emergency capsules in which prokaryotes took refuge as mitochondria. Biotics became securitized biology. Nucleation concentrates ROM within a command core where deep in the genomic ICE DNA format, planetary trauma registers primary repression of the bacteria. Bacteria are partial rather than whole objects, networking through plastic and transversal replicator sex rather than arborescing through meiotic and generational reproducer sex, integrating and reprocessing viruses as opportunities for communicative mutation. In the bacterial system, all codings are reprogrammable, with cut and paste, unspeciated genetic transfers. Bacterial sex is tactical, continuous with making war, and has no place for edible formations of sedentary biological identity. Synthesizing bacteria with retroviruses enables everything that DNA can do. K-tactics. The bacterial or xenogenetic diagram is not restricted to the microbial scale. Macrobacterial assemblages collapse generational hierarchies of reproductive wisdom into lateral networks of replicator experimentation. There is no true biological primitiveness, all extant biosystems being equally evolved, so there is no true ignorance. It is only the cumulative gerontocratic model of learning that depicts synchronic connectivity deficiency as diachronic underdevelopment. Foucault delineates the contours of power as a strategy without a subject, ROM locking learning in a box. Its enemy is a tactics without a strategy, replacing the political territorial imagery of conquest and resistance with nomad micro-military sabotage and evasion, reinforcing intelligence. All political institutions are Siberian military targets. Take universities, for instance. Learning surrenders control to the future, threatening established power. It is vigorously suppressed by all political structures which replace it with a docilizing conformist education, reproducing privilege as wisdom. Schools are social devices whose function is to incapacitate learning, and universities are employed to legitimate schooling through perpetual reconstitution of global social memory. The meltdown of metropolitan education systems in the near future is accompanied by a quasi-punctual bottom-up takeover of academic institutions, precipitating their mutation into amnesiac cataspace exploration zones and bases manufacturing Siberian soft weaponry. To be continued. The end of Nick Land's Meltdown.